Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I've been having a play with this one. Oh, let me get it out so you can see it. Oh, yeah. I've got, these are my inks I'm using, so let me pull them over. So, it's this one with the Friends Are Like Seashells, and you know me, I love anything to do with the seaside, apart from dipping my toes in the sand. So I thought I'd make a gorgeous card. I've got a few techniques for you as well. I've got the embossing folder. Yeah, there's a couple of little techniques that we're going to use. We're going to pull our die out, and what I'm going to do is let me show you the card. This is the card we're going to make. Absolutely stunning. And if you look closely, you can see where it's been embossed all over the seashells. They look real. Absolutely gorgeous. Love that set. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm having that one. So we're going to be using the Stamparatus. We're going to be using the die. And we're going to be using the embossing folder. So first of all, I'm going to have to, these are my card pieces, my card base. Standard A4 cut in half. This is the designer series paper, and we're using the sandy side. And then this piece is cut at 4 1/8 by 5 7/8, because it's and you're going to need some extras for your sentiment. So where's my die gone? Oh, there it is. Let me just pop that. Because this is an American size, it literally just fits our UK paper, which is 8 1/4. So it's you can get 4 out of one sheet. So it's 5 7/8 by. So let me just run that through. And then we're going to have to. I'm going to do some stamping there. I want that going because it's not level. What's wrong with this? Oh, I'll tell you what. That's why. Look, it's got my magnet underneath. Now I've got to place it on again because this. There we go. So add my plate on top. I wondered where my other magnet went. Now it fits. Static. Right, I'm going to take that mat off because I'm going to be running it through the embossing folder afterwards. So there's our die. Cuts it like butter first time. Put my die away. That's how much you got left. And this is thick Whisper White cardstock. I used the thick. They're selling the shimmery with the set, but I already had the shimmery stuff, but I didn't fancy using it today. So that's it. We're going to do the stamping. I mean, you can eyeball it, but I'm going to show you a way to get it lined up beautifully without making any mistakes. So we're going to leave that after. Right, Stamparatus, come on in. There's my die. We'll sort those out after. Oh, right, I've got my plates mounted. I'll take them off because we're going to have to line them up anyway to show you how to work this. Right, get them out of the way. Beautiful card though, isn't it? Gorgeous. You could use some shimmer spray after. So I'm going to make sure my mat is all the way in. and that is pushed into the corner. That is pushed all the way down to the corner, and you know your stamping majig, or what's it called, where you line it all up so you make sure you've got your thing in, or you use a window sheet, you know, anything you can see through. I can't think what it's called. And then push that right in the corner, and then what you're going to do, you're going to line up your stamp as best as you think you know. And fetch your arm across. And then, like I say, make sure the back in the corner lined up. Push that in. And I'm going to change the colours around. I'm not going to keep it exactly the same. So I will do that one in blue, and this one maybe in brown, this one in orange, and this one in Blushing Bride. So let's pick. Let's go for crumb cake first of all. I've got no space on my desk. Because you want to line it up and make sure it's perfect. Beautiful, leave that out. And I make sure that's pushed in. I've got my magnet on. I'm going to close this over on it. I'm going to press. So you can see where it's not lined up properly. So now you lift this up, and then you can make sure that you've got that lined up perfectly. See that? So you've got the nice even border all the way around, and then put that back in the corner. Take this off, wipe it ready for the next one. Hence my cloth staying out. And then I'm going to do it not as dark as that one, so I'm going to leave it so it's stamped off, and then I'm going to fetch it across. So we've stamped off basically. And then you get nice, you get it right in the right places. I may have shifted that a tiny little bit, but you know what I mean. You got push that back in the corner. But I'm going to make sure that goes no further than those lines. That's it. And then I'm going to place this back in the corner. Pop that down. Wipe that clean. I'll clean them after. And then we're going to line this one up now. I mean, you don't have to do this. You could just, because the photopolymer, you could see right through. But I'm going to swap the colours now to that soft sea. Look at my crumb cake. It's gone green instead of brown. Yeah, green. Don't ask me why. Make sure that's in the corner. I'm going to stamp that up. Oh, that one's pretty well placed, that is. Yeah, definitely that one's pretty well placed. I can see that. So again, I'm not going to have it as dark this time. Just going to get that good rub down. Oh, look at that. It's lovely placed. perfectly placed. So again, I'm going to push this, make sure they don't go over those lines. Perfect. And then I'm going to take that off now because that's done. And more fingers and thumbs. And then we're going to fetch this one in. I think I might stamp that one on a block. Just show you one more time. Where's that? There it is. Making sure that's down. And place your line that up, pick that up, making sure it's still, and we're going to go for, let's go for Blushing Bride, and again we'll stamp off. I won't re-ink it, that's what I'm saying. Better close that one. Give it a light press. Oh, that one's pretty much as well. So make sure they're on there. Perfect. Oh, I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So let's just do that last one. Should we go for another pale blue one, or should we go Calypso Coral? I'm not sure about that one. Let's have a look. Why does that seem wider? Tell you what, do you know what I'm just going to do? I'm going to definitely just get, but that's the way to do the big ones if you want to line them up like that. I'm just going to grab a block. I think I'll be able to see through it. I want to stamp off. Oh, see, you can't quite line, it'll do for now, but this is why I was using the Stamparatus, and I should have carried on using it. And I'm going to stamp off twice with this little one. And there, cute, 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 cute. I mean, you could, if you wanted to get a dauber, now you could jazz these little bits up as well. Let's try that actually. I didn't do it on the other one. Let me get my daubers. Oh look, what colour's that? I don't know. Let's have a look. And then we just lightly go over. Fresh fig. Add a bit of seed, you know, a bit of distress into it. We haven't even got fresh fig anymore, have we? No, that went out a while back. So let's grab a little bit of old olive. Just distressed it up because it adds texture on in the embossing folder on here. Cool. That's cute. And you can try and go in between, I suppose, but I'll just leave it like that. Put them away. Oh, sorry about the noise then. Right, embossing folder. It lines up with this perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. So you can just hold your lid and line this up, and it fits perfectly into the place. Once, yeah, there it is. Once you think you've got it where you want it, just close it, and then I'm going to run it through my embossing folder. And if you want them individually, you've got dies for that as well. So you can just snip through those, and you've got like the silver dollar, which is for that one, a starfish, and the leaves and the little shells. You've got dies for those. And then this embossing folder. Oh, absolutely stunning. Look at the detail. I don't know if you can see it. See the ridges? It just makes the shell look real. Absolutely stunning. And it puts lines on these ones. That one there and that one there. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So let's attach to our card. I did add mine on dimensionals, so the sandy background would come out. Sorry, I got an itchy top lip. So that is going to be attached on there, and that's just standard 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. You know you're layering for American cardstock. Woohoo! Cute little shells on the other side. I'm going to be playing a lot with this stamp set, because you know me, I love anything to do with the sea. Make sure that's nice and even. And then I'm just going to flip this over. I'm going to add some dimensionals. There's 6 in total. I think that should be plenty. Oh, these don't want to come off. There we go. Oh, I better put that back with my stamp apparatus, isn't I? And then, oh, absolutely gorgeous. And then you just place that on wherever you want to put it. Cute. Paler version of the darker colours. So now I'm going to use, where's that whimsy die gone? Oh, I'm losing stuff. There they are. I'm going to use these whimsy dies. They don't cut out, they just put it dents in. So we'll do the trimming up afterwards. So I'm going to run that through. I'll tell you the width of that in a moment. See, it just leaves an impression all the way around and a nice little ridge, and we're just going to trim that up now to make that even. Pop that back away, and the width of this is, I'd just say about just over 1.5. I can cut that down a little bit more, and then it's 3 inches, well 2 7/8 I'd say for that piece. And I'm just gonna, yeah, 1.5, straighten that up a little bit. Put my cloth. Oh, we'll do a bit more stamping in a minute. Okay, forgetting to put that down now. And my black, I should have done this first really. And it says, happy birthday to my beautiful friend. And I'm just going to line that up. Stamp that down. Oh, beautiful. Get my cloth out again. And keep that cloth out, so that I'm going to trim that a little bit more because it seems to be a little bit wide. I'm going down where I can see. Keeping it nice and straight. So I've got the lines on. That's better, much better. So that now measures 1 3/8 by 2 3/4, and again that's going to have some dimensionals. I'm going to pop that right there, just there. Perfect. Ooh, and then these pearls with the set. Excuse me, girls. My nose decided to play football without me. And I'm going to pop. I'm going to have one there where the other one is. Have one in the center of that one, and I'm gonna have one just here where I placed the others, and then there's this gorgeous ribbon with a little gold flecking, and it reminds me of the sand. So just going to tie a knot. And I'm going to have to trim that because it does fray. I think it might be a little bit too long actually. That's better. So you get your little knot, and you've only got a tiny little bit of waste. I don't like it when you get too much. Grab my little scissors, check my battery. Oh, okay. And I'm just going to have about that much. Oh, I never looked for it in the range when I went in last week. Just gonna add that on there. And then I'm going to place my little knot just on there like that. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. So, ooh, do you like the darker shells? Do you like the paler shells? You'll have to let me know. Oh, wait, there, we haven't finished. Gaynors, because in this one I stamped a couple of little shells and some of the silver dollars to decorate the inside. Let's do that again. So I just went in the center. That's better. Let's pop one off this corner. Pop one off this corner. And then just gonna go just decorate up the center. And then I'm going to swap it this time for, not Calypso Coral, too dark. I'm going to go for this, for one of the shells, because it's pale enough. Is that one popping off the side? Seaside spray, love it. Where does that one go? There, and then our blushing bride, just to finish off with that other little shell. Just to give it some decoration on the inside. So there is my version of this card, my original. They're both nice. I'm glad I've distressed that, but you can see the pattern, the imprints on those leaves, so that will stand out. That's cute. Which one do you prefer? I'd love a thumbs up, and if you don't mind, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to press subscribe and the notification bell, because I do post 4 times a week, sometimes 5, depending on what projects we've got going on that week, or whether I've done a little shop somewhere. So just bear with me a second. Just putting my corners away. Now I shall rip off this paper. I use this then for in case I want to do any off stamping and stuff like that. I don't like it when it's dirty. So there we go. Anyway, I'll let you stare at my lovely card. I love this set. I think it's wicked, beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. I might even do another card with it now and cut everything apart and then do another card. Or should I might, well, I have got loads of other sets to come. There we go. Scrap paper now for when I need to do some off stamping. There we go. Love it. Till next time. Bye.